Welcome to Bullion Bulletin. Chris Noyes from Assay on Wheels with me. Welcome, Mr. Noyes.
Thank you for having me.
It's a very unique business model that what we have seen. The name itself is very unique, Assay on Wheels. We just wanted to know about this melting and assaying services that you are providing on the go.
So essentially what we do is we pull up to gold shops, gold miners, anybody of the sort. We let the gentlemen get on board with their material. We melt it, analyze it, and sell a forward contract, or we basically just do an analysis and give them back their material. Either way.
So basically how it is working, if I want to test something, assay something, can I call you and you can come to my office and you can do it in front of me? Or I have to carry the scrap to your office?
Well, we're a mobile operation, so we go right onto the site. Typically it's a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing, depending on volumes, that we typically pull up and you're able to watch the melts, watch the analysis, and you know right away that you're getting paid on all your material. You're able to check our calibrations, so you know that there's no funny business going on with your material, like, you know, that's pretty common in the jewelry business and the precious metals world.
So how the business is the procedure? I mean, you will buy this scrap by paying directly to the customer, or you will just take the material and you will test it, make it again melt it and make it a new bar and give it to back and only take the charges? How it is going on?
Well, currently in the markets we're operating in the U.S. market. We analyze, buy, and buy it right then. In the West African market that we're in, we're buying the material. We've been negotiating with some of the central banks about just doing assays, because they're not trusting the assays that are coming out of their countries. So we've been talking to some of the central banks, and with our software we've been talking to governments like Peru on how to legalize their gold markets.
So how is the cost effectiveness of this process?
Well, because we think we can pay the miners more money and cut out all the middlemen in the middle, we think we can actually pay the miners more and leave more money in the countries and still have a nice business model.
So basically, whom your customers, you just have spoken about the miners, in between there is no player. So if I am a scrap dealer, can I go to you and you will purchase my material after assaying the purity, and you will back to back, we will supply it to some other market to sell to get back the money?
Yes. So if you're a scrap dealer, it works two different ways. One is we will analyze your material and give it back to you. The other way is we analyze and buy it on the spot and sell a forward contract. And we never own the material, so we take no price risk.
So when you are buying, say for example, you are buying a certain quality of material, so again you have to refine it to a 995 or some 999, and then you sell it to the market. So in this process, volatile price, how you mitigate the risk of the pricing?
Well, we base it off the current international markets. Once we analyze it, we know how much gold's in it, so we don't have to wait till refinement to sell it. We immediately sell the contract and to a refiner.
In COMEX?
COMEX to a refiner, whatever the market may be, depending on what country we're taking out of and who we sell it to.
Are you trying to introduce the same service in India, or you are looking at some other business propositions?
We think the India market's going to be a little bit different. We're obviously looking for a large local partner to help us figure out this market. As we go into markets, we try and solve whatever problems are in the market. For example, in Peru, they add a lot of mercury to their gold, so we've outfitted the vehicles that are going to Peru with mercury filtration systems. In the Indian market, we think it's more of a mobile assay lab. Instead of having a brick and mortar assay lab, you're able to watch your material. We tell you how much gold's in it, we certify it, and then give you a assay report on it, or we buy the material and we'll back into a large refiner, maybe some jewelry stores. Really depends on the local partner. We're entertaining all offers from local partners and trying to provide somebody who has the same integrity we have in the market.
So in that case, if you want to introduce that business in India, so in that case, you have to go through some rigorous process. I mean the regulation here, that BIS or marketing system, all this you have to gone through if you want to establish this kind of business here.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there are a lot of gold is there in the market which is not 90% or 91% pure. So that jewelry, basically here you will find the jewelry, scrap jewelry, as far as Indian market is concerned.
yeah, I mean, basically we're just going to melt it and analyze it. It doesn't matter how pure it is. We can melt and analyze it, you know, as long as it's scrap material or gold doré.
So apart from United States, you are telling you are based in Peru. I mean, you have a business in Peru. So United States, Peru, now you coming to India. In between, you are planning the same in some market like Dubai or Singapore.
So I came from West Africa, Guinea, West Africa last week. We are up and operating in Guinea. We plan to expand heavily into Africa, and obviously I'm here in India looking for partners and looking to expand in India.
So you are basically looking for a refinery partner here in India.
The typical partner, the partners in both Peru we've talked to, and the partner we just signed a deal with in Africa are armored car partners, typically logistical partners, and then also a refiner. So it kind of completes the circle. We need both a refiner and a logistical partner. In the U.S., we use Brinks as our logistical partner, and Metal Ore is our refining partner in the U.S. Africa, we have a local logistical partner, and you know, we're working out the refining aspects of Africa.
How are you enjoying the conference?
Very well. There's a lot of good speakers here. Of course, it just started today, so it's been a lot to recover coming from Africa to India. So it's a couple of days recovering, and it seems to be a really good conference. So
you have some of your friends already here in this conference? You have found someone?
I was talking to some potential partners before coming here. The potential partners will probably speed up a lot now that I'm here. We have had a lot of interest so far in a few hours that this conference has been going.
So it has been going well for you, whatever I understood. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
It's a nice concept that. Thank you very much for giving time to Bullion Group.
Thank you for the interview. Thank you.